destroying the cap off this VP jug, I guess, just from having it sit on the trunk for a while. Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. Today was actually supposed to be a 3000 GT VR4 video, but I've currently been in contact with the Smoking Tire. Now, if you don't know who they are basically a pretty big YouTube channel that actually reviews a lot of cars. So we're actually going to be having the Eclipse reviewed on their channel. I kind of want to get it back up to spec as far as maintenance today, just to make sure that everything's okay and nothing happens during the shoot, because I do tend to push the cars a little bit hard, and I am a little bit concerned because I never let anyone drive my Eclipse. I'm honestly a little bit nervous, but the best thing we can do now is at least make sure that the car is running great, just to make sure that it does its best while they're shooting it. And I'm still getting used to the whole new garage setup, but I'm still super hyped about it. And of course, the DSM is right here in the center of it all. Today we're going to be focusing on some things like the oil change, the spark plugs. The downpipe bolt started backing out, so it's causing an exhaust leak, and I'm honestly kind of getting tired of the exhaust sound. I haven't even touched it like mechanically in I don't know how long. World's shortest downpipe, look at that. This thing has a lot of oil leaks even just from sitting. It has the Evo 5 transfer case that looks like it has a leaking gasket. I saw that the Evo 5 axle's up here. The boot is torn, it's leaking from the transmission. It's just, it needs a lot of work. I'm actually considering pulling the engine back out and then refurbishing everything, making everything look clean. These things look hideous because they got super rusty over time. Again, these are custom to fit the Evo radiator on here. And just in case you've never done an oil change on an Evo engine, you just have a 17mm drain bolt right there. The oil filter is right here. So wanted to let you guys know that there's a possibility that the Eclipse will actually be making it to the Sema Battle of the Builders for 2023. And if that does happen, we're actually gonna go ahead and start pulling the engine out of the chassis, take the car in to the body shop to get completely painted to get rid of all the dents and scratches, and then from there come back, put the Evo engine back in, and just make the whole setup properly aesthetic per se and reliable as well, since as you guys can see, this thing needs a lot of work. It is leaking from the transfer case, axle boots are torn, transmission's leaking. I just want to do an overhaul on this car just to make it look, you know, actually clean. You know, the foundation's there, but it does need a lot of work. Filter. Alright, so luckily Aaron had an extra one laying around, so we're gonna go ahead and install this one. I feel like it's supposed to close it completely, right? That looks super stripped.
The top is going all the way in.
As of recently, I just don't really like how the car sounds. It does sound kind of obnoxious. At least we checked over the downpipe, there is no leak there. And I also went ahead and purchased this VP cool down additive. I guess it just makes the coolant run a lot cooler. As far as spark plugs, I ended up going with these NGK Iridium, part number BPR7EIX. When I removed the Quilon plug kit and spark plugs, I did notice that these little springs here that you guys see were actually popping out of the coil plug kit. Oh no. The car is currently misfiring like crazy. I definitely have to change out this coil plug setup because it's not going to be able to be drivable at the chute. Luckily, I had my OEM coils laying around, and I also have this carbon fiber cover to kind of hide the stock setup because honestly I don't think it's as aesthetic. And I also noticed that a lot of my noise is actually coming from this cotter pin on the wastegate. As you guys can hear it, it just makes a really bad sound, so I'm going to be replacing the cotter pin. But besides that, most of the maintenance was done on the Eclipse. I didn't really need to go out to Mace Performance to do all this stuff, but I did want Aaron to kind of look over the car with me and make sure that everything was actually running properly. And just like I told you guys earlier, just looking over it made me realize how much work this car actually needs. So it does have a solid foundation of nice parts and stuff like that, but this car was driven ever since it was Evo swapped. I've actually really been considering building this car for next year's Sema Battle of the Builders. I think it would actually be able to compete with a lot of the cars there, only if we paint the car, get rid of all the dents and scratches, take the engine out, refurbish everything, and put everything back in the most aesthetic way. I have a feeling that if we do that and do things right, the car actually does stand a chance versus all the sick cars that go out there. So that's something to consider if that does happen. That will start happening towards next year when Sema starts rolling around. So expect a full build series on the Eclipse once again. Part of me already wants to move on to other projects, and realistically I have to fully focus on the cars I have now and build them properly. If you guys would actually like to see that in the channel, I think that would be pretty sick and nostalgic because most of this channel was pretty much built on the Eclipse, and it would be nice to take this thing back apart and do one last run with it. And we're actually going to be going to DSM headquarters as well today to drop off this bumper for paint with Lazy. As you guys can see, besides the paint, it's in a lot better conditions. It has no tears or scratches everywhere like this one does, and this one's been on the car since '99. So it's cut for the front mount, but it is in a lot worse conditions. And I'm also going to be taking this front lip. It's been a while, bro. When was the last time you drove it?
I took it to work so the guys could see it. That's the whole reason why.
Oh, that's the last time you drove it, right?
Yeah, that's the reason why I'm painting that.
The truck?
Yeah, because he's like, "Do you paint?" I'm like, "Yeah, I painted my own car." And he's like, "You want to paint my truck?" I'm like, "Oh."
Yeah, for those of you guys that don't know, Lazy painted this car. When was it? Like it's been like almost 2 years.
It was in COVID times.
COVID times, yeah.
It was a COVID project.
I remember. So basically, the plan is to start prepping this new OEM bumper for paints. Cut the mustache off, obviously prep it for the intercooler, and as far as this bumper goes, I do want to take off these, repaint them because it's been years, and of course put the front lip on. Let me have this lip. I'm kidding. Gotta open my nose.
Well, first of all, I want to get this down to where you don't feel it.
Yeah, this is the only imperfection that I see with the bumper.
So once we get that down, everything else is pretty much mint. So maybe a little bit here,
right here,
but other than that, like all right here, focus on this
on the bottom
a little bit.
Okay.
And just flatten it. Right now, yeah, the rough spots.
Yeah.
Where you want to get it down to where it's actual plastic, we use 220.
And then for the rest?
The rest is gonna be 320 because you're just gonna be scuffing up.
Gotcha.
The first layer of the clear off.
You think that's close?
That's pretty close.
I don't know. I guess we'll find out later. the sanding and Bondo process is ready. We did mask the logo. We're gonna go ahead and start applying the primer. Yeah, 3 coats of primer you said, right? So 3 coats of primer. Is that a beetle? Right there.
Can you grab me? Can you grab me? From what? Can you grab me?
You with a wrench.
No, but you don't grab me? No.
I don't want to smack you, dude. Toretto this thing. That's messed up. Fly away, buddy.
Scared?
No, that thing's huge. Want to make a bet? See how long it lasts? What do you give it?
3 drives.
Damn, that looks good. We're gonna go ahead and stop here because I do have to go back, put the other front bumper back on the car. So why haven't you been in the videos?
I've been working, man.
You've been working? And what's up with your car? You never drive it anymore?
Nah. It looks pretty.
Just looks pretty and abandoned.
Abandoned.
Are you gonna go out there and do a video? We should do a podcast. You down?
Ooh.
You down?
When and where?
Next month. Go up to Azusa. We'll take the 2Gs up there.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I'll think about it. It's my birthday month.
Damn. What day?
What?
And just like that, the front lip is on. But honestly, I don't think this is gonna last more than 1 drive, and it looks good, but these lips just sit too low for these cars. If I was to raise the car, maybe. And to make the situation worse, I was trying to reach out to SAG for confirmation. He told me that he won't be ready until September 12th. I don't really want to risk the car either breaking or something happening to it right before the shoot, because honestly, it's a really good opportunity to get more exposure for this car and of course for the channel itself. So I'd rather play it safe. This car's gonna sit here, but I do want to at least release the video and let you guys know what's to come. I'm super excited. I will probably be making a kind of like a reaction video to how they do it. I'll tell you guys what it's like to have my car reviewed by them. And if you guys don't or haven't heard about the channel, look them up. Smoking Tire. They review a bunch of sick cars, and having a DSM on there will be, I feel like, a great achievement for us DSM guys. So I'll pretty much end the video here. Just know what to expect. I got a lot of videos coming up. It's a lot of stuff going on. I'm trying to keep myself from being overwhelmed at this point because I'm a one-man team. I'm kind of starting to think that I kind of want to get someone to edit my videos because the editing takes up a big portion of it, and it delays me back on posting more videos consistently. I always have the content ready, but since it takes me a while to pretty much edit everything, it takes me a really long time to post this stuff. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you haven't just yet, and I'll see you on the next one.